Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here this morning. We're going to be practicing a full flow. So it's going to be a little bit more effort today and a little bit longer than usual. Probably a full 90 minutes. So let's begin. I am Grace. It's Ecstatic Yoga. I want you to remember that we don't go into pain. If you ever feel any pain, please back off. You're always welcome to take a break at any time. Just sit on the mat, stand, even go into a savasana, laying down position. And we like to play the edge, so we're not forcing and striving, pushing ourselves, but we're not sitting on the couch lazy and just couch potatoing it out. We're playing that edge where we're finding that resistance, and we're going to breathe into that resistance. So we continue to open the body up. And then lastly, I'll be inviting you to engage those bandhas. So our Mula Bandha is a pelvic floor. We feel that engage and lift up. We're not clenching, but we're engaging and lifting. Uddiyana Bandha, we're going to have the abdomen engaged. And I feel a lift of that. So there's an activeness in this area here when we engage the bandhas. And Jalandhara Bandha, the chin comes in a little bit and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And all three bandhas are called Mala Bandha. But I'll probably just prompt you engage the bandhas. Beautiful. So let's just get present for a moment. Feeling that earth underneath us, finding our comfortable seat for a moment. And breathing into that lower belly. You're going to be breathing into the lower belly for the entire practice. And you can add the Ujjayi breath, where we engage that glottis, like we're fogging up a mirror. But we do it with the mouth closed. It's a nice focus. Remembering Santosa is one of our focuses this week. And our mindfulness meditation is going to be just gazing with our eyes open at an object. So we'll do that at the end. Breathing into the belly and diving inward. First the body, noticing where the body is in time and space, how it feels to be in your body. Just feeling your body. Where's your shoulders, your head, your arms, your legs, your feet, your torso, the pelvis. Just noticing where your body is present and embodied. And diving inward. Connecting in with this inner Atman, this inner presence, soul presence within us, this wise inner guru, that most expanded self. It's within us. And noticing the sensations inside, the presence, the aliveness. Exploring this infinite energy within, basking in that nectar. And connecting as deeply as possible with the emotional body, that Manamaya Kosha. And taking this moment, this opportunity now to set an intention for yourself. Be for this practice, for a lifetime, for a week, and anything in between. Making it in the positive and stating it as in the present. I have the optimal health of my dreams. I now have a life of my dreams now, in the positive and present. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And opening the eyes. Beautiful job. Let's see. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Warm enough to take my sweater off. It's a little chilly this morning. We're starting to get that should be good. All right. Okay, good. Okay, come to a standing position. Let's just shake out a little bit. Shoot, right. Move those shoulders, the hips, the head in it a little bit. Just moving the body, shaking out. Jaw. Little twisting, warm up that spine. So we're going to do a full flow today. You can do it. We're going to move a little bit quicker. Beautiful. A little adding both sides. A little cross crawl here, connecting the right and left brain, connecting those Ida Pingala nadis. Beautiful. All right, let's do our breath of joy. Let's tap that thymus. Beautiful. So breath of joy, 3 sips in. First one, bringing the shoulders, the hands shoulder length. Second one, arms out. Third, up to the sky. And a beautiful exhale, you bend the knees. Begin with me. One more. And stay down for a minute. And let's just hang here for a moment. Nice and slowly coming up. Letting the vertebrae bring us up one vertebrae at a time, from the lower to the upper. Finally, cervical spine. Beautiful. Let's come to the front of the mat. And the feet are hip width apart. And we're going to move into those loops. So we're going to feel that ankle loop as we lift the toes. Feel a little, lift up the arch. Rest them back down. And then find that center of gravity where your body is right, balanced, and feel the weight equally distributed on the feet, the front, the back, the sides. Beautiful job. Let's move into our shin loop, feeling an engagement of the calves. And then thigh loop, feeling a lift of the knees. Quadriceps engage. Pelvic loop, bringing that pelvis neutral. Kidney loop, feeling a lift of the ribs. Shoulder loop, feeling that chin come parallel. Shoulders go back and down. And skull loop, feeling a lift of the head. Lengthening, feel it lengthen. You might even just grow a half an inch taller. Inhaling those arms up into Tadasana Mountain, into a nice little back bend. Exhaling giant angel wings, or have the arms close to the body, hinging forward at the hips, bringing the hands down to the little toes, relaxing the head, maybe even shaking it out, yes, no, very gently. You can engage those bandhas and begin to breathe. You might even want to grab the elbows. Enjoying this nice inversion. Inhaling, lifting up halfway, half forward fold, feeling the spine extend away from the body. And exhaling back down into your Uttanasana, forward fold. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the head and the heart. We're going to take that right leg back. We're moving into a nice lunge. Front knee is right over the ankle. My left foot. Our feet are parallel like railroad tracks. We set the foundation. Move into alignment. Hips are squared. And you can bring those arms up. Anjaneyasana, nice high lunge. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Shoulders are relaxed down. Back heels reaching towards the earth. One more breath. Being the warrior. Exhale, bringing those hands down to the earth. Left leg back in downward facing dog. Do Mukta Svanasana. Tailbone lifting up, heels and heart coming towards the earth. Eyes are back, head is relaxed. Arms are strong, fingers are spread a little bit, and breathe. Engaging the bandhas. One more breath here. And on the next inhale, hinging into a plank position. You might adjust your foundation a little. I like to bring the feet back a little bit. And that plank, your wrists are right under your shoulders, and you can drop the knees down into a half plank here. Tops of the feet on the mat. And we're going to move into chaturanga as you bend the elbows, bringing the elbows in towards the body. Just before you get to the earth, we're going to hinge forward, coming onto the tops of the feet in a nice up dog. You can have those thighs above the earth like me, or you can have them resting down, depending on your effort you want to create. A couple more breaths here, engaging the bandhas. One more breath. And exhaling back into our downward facing dog. And let's walk the dog a little bit, dropping the heel. One heel down to the earth, opposite knee bends in. Feeling that nice stretch, strong arms. And coming back to center, looking between the hands, walking, stepping, or jumping that right foot up into a nice high lunge on this side. Coming up to the knee, and all the way up. Arms up, hips squared. Knee is right over the ankle, facing forward. We're in that yang energy, moving in divine action. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And you're reaching up into the fingertips, exhaling, bringing those hands down to the mat. Back foot back up into Uttanasana, forward fold, and relax. You can fold the elbows, you can bring the hands behind the back, and just enjoy this nice inversion. And breathe. Next inhale, coming halfway up. Upward fold. And exhale, going back down. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart, and all the way up into our mountain. We're going to add some variations this time. So we're going to move into a little half moon Ardha Chandrasana as we bend this spine laterally. Hands up above, just opening up and moving laterally in this beautiful spine. Like to move the spine in all kinds of directions, flexion, extension, and lateral. And coming back to center, we'll inhale into a little back bend. And then exhale, tilting that pelvis forward a little bit as you hinge at the hips all the way down. The head and the heart are the last to come down. Beautiful. Deep breath here in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, coming up into half forward fold. Exhale down into forward fold. Inhale, lifting the head and the heart. And we're going to bring that right leg back and drop the knee. And we're going to move into some lunge rocks here. So we'll hinge forward as we drop the hips. Feel a nice opening in that right hip. Can make some micro movements here. Honoring your body, fully present to the sensations in your body. Making the movements that feel good. You can always put a blanket under this back knee. If you don't have enough cushion or the knee bothers you, you can extend that front leg, flex, and extend the foot for more sensation. And just basking in the nectar of all the beautiful sensations in the body. You can gently engage the bandhas and begin to flow at your own pace, bringing in the breath. Enjoying moving and flowing in your body. Fully present to sensation. If the mind starts wandering off with today's to-do list, bring yourself back to the sensations in the body. This body temple. This sacred body temple. Continuing that flow for a minute, I'm going to let Xander in. And let's bring that leg back and we'll move into table. Let's move into some cat-cow in our table, inhaling into our cow. And as we move into extension, a little back bend, arching the back, sticking out the tailbone, lifting the head and the heart. And then as we move into flexion and cat, we're going to tuck that tailbone under, round the back. Relax the head so you're looking in towards the thighs and the belly. Exhaling in our cat and inhaling in our cow. Doing some at your own pace. Enjoying the sensations. Flexing and extending that spine. Next time you come into your cat, back is all rounded. Just bring those hips back and feel that nice stretch on the lower back. You may want to move the hips side to side. Maybe even make some circles with the hips. Remembering if you do some circles, one direction, after a few times, always make some circles the other direction. And fully conscious of the beautiful sensations in your body as we just flow back and forth between cat and cow, adding your very own movements and stretches that feel right for you. Dive into your own process, being deeply present and intimate with yourself. And coming back to center in your table pose. We're going to curl those toes under and push in, lift the hips into our downward facing dog. And we can move into some walking the dog here again, stretching out those calves, keeping the breath flowing in the belly, bandhas engaged. And then moving into our plank pose. You can adjust that foundation a little bit. And we can drop the knees if you like. And we'll move into some push-ups. Just doing as many as feels right for you. It might be one. It might be none. It might be 100. And when you're done, strengthening the arms a little bit. Coming all the way down onto the earth. And resting the head to one side or the other. Just taking a moment to connect to the earth. And imagine your body is a sponge and you're absorbing all health building, wisdom, whatever it is your body needs from the earth energy. We are earth energy. Every molecule in our body was once in a plant or an animal. It's in the soil of the earth. Soak up whatever your body needs. And turning your head to the other side, sending the earth gratitude and love for this energy you received this morning and for everything that the earth provides so that you can have this human experience. House, the clothing, whatever it is that you're blessed with from the earth, the food that you get to eat, the water you get to drink. Be in gratitude. And coming back to center. And let's move into a locust or a bird. We're going to first set our foundation, pressing the pelvis into the earth. You can bring the arms alongside the body out a little bit. And as you press that pelvis into the earth, that foundation, you're going to inhale and lift the legs and the arms and the head. And engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. And releasing down. Beautiful job. Bringing the hands next to but below the shoulders, pressing back into a table pose. Curling those toes under and lifting those hips back into downward facing dog. We're going to move into a three-legged dog. So lifting the left leg up and back behind. Feeling that three-legged balancing pose. And if you want to bend that knee and then open up the hips to the left, both arms strong, fingers spread, and breathe. One more breath. And releasing that leg down to the earth. We're going to lift that right leg up behind us in three-legged dog. Taking a breath here. Feeling that nice balance. Strong arms and standing foot. And let's bend that knee and open up the hip to the right. And breathe. One more breath. And coming back to center, and you can bring that foot down, or you can just swoop that foot right between the hands and drop the back knee. And we're moving into some lunge rocks on this side. So as you bend that front knee and sink those hips down, feel a nice opening of the left hip. And then as you lunge back, you're going to straighten that leg. Feel a nice stretch on that front leg. Flex and extend the foot. And as you engage the bandhas and bring in the breath and the prana, begin to move into your own flow, your own pace, basking in those beautiful sensations of your body temple. And coming back to center, we're going to curl those back toes, lift that left leg and bring that up to the front and move into your Uttanasana forward fold. Grab the elbows, you can gently, yes, no, move that head a little to release the neck. And let's inhale as we come up halfway. A nice extension of that spine. And exhaling down. And on your next inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart, coming all the way up. We do one more to breath, inhaling into our mountain. Little back bend. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, half forward fold. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, right leg back in lunge. You can stay in a low lunge if you want, with the hands on the earth. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice deep long breaths. Inhale into up dog, just swooping right up into up dog. Exhaling into down dog. Inhale, right leg up. You can keep the hands down or bring them up into lunge. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart, coming all the way back up. Let's bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra and bring them right in front of the heart, closing the eyes. And I invite you to become aware of the physical body, where your feet are connected to the earth, where your body is in space. Dive into Pratyahara. You feel the heart beating, that vibration, that pulsation inside the body. Diving into the Manamaya Kosha, the emotions. Moving into Dharana and the Vijnana Maya Kosha. As you bring your attention to a single point of focus, and we'll bring that focus as the breath. With the eyes closed, we're going to go deeper. We're going to move into a mini samadhi. All your concentration on the breath. In the lower belly. All your attention focused on the breath. And releasing that focus, moving into Dhyana, still in the Vijnana Maya Kosha, allowing the consciousness to expand, an uninterrupted flow of meditation. And allowing samadhi to bring its grace forth any moment, to allow yourself to become everything, nothing, everywhere, nowhere in particular. Resting the consciousness in silent, alert stillness. The mind is a pool of water, glass smooth. Everything, nothing, everywhere, nowhere. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Releasing the hands. Let's come out to a wide stance. We're going to move through a warrior pose. Let's bring the arms out. We're going to take that front foot 90 degrees. Back foot is 30. We're going to turn the head as we gaze over the front fingertips and bend that front knee over the front ankle. Back arm is as high as the front. The hips and the pelvis are facing me. And engage those bandhas and breathe in our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. One more breath. On the next inhale, back arm resting on the back thigh, Front arm reaching up towards the sky in our reversed warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Knees back over the ankle. If you can gaze up at the fingertips, engage the bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching up into the fingertips, extended fingertips. Exhale, hinging forward into side angle. Very little weight on this front arm, resting very gently on the front thigh. Back arm comes up alongside the body. Line of energy from the back foot along the body out the extended fingertips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Inhaling into the extended fingertips. Exhale, straightening that front leg, moving into our Trikonasana, bringing that front arm down to the earth or a block or alongside the leg. Stacking those shoulders. You can gaze up at the fingertips or you can keep the head in alignment with the spine. Engaging the bandhas and breathe in our triangle. One more breath, inhaling into the fingertips. Exhaling that hand down, bringing the hand on either side of the front foot, back leg rotated 90 degrees. We're going to root into the left hand now as we twist away in our Viparita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Next inhale, reaching into the fingertips. And on the exhale, bringing that hand down and resting in our pyramid. One more breath here. Next inhale, we're going to bring that knee over the ankle, coming up to the thigh and all the way up. We're moving into Virabhadrasana 1. So we're going to square those hips so they're facing forward. And the arms come up, shoulders relax down. Engage those bandhas and breathe. In your warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, being that warrior. Moving in divine action when guided to do so. One more inhale, reaching the fingertips up. And exhaling. We're going to move into our warrior 3. So let's bring that back leg a step forward, bringing all the weight to the front standing leg, this right standing leg. And begin to hinge forward, bringing the arms out in front or to the side, back leg up. Find a drishti, engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And exhaling down. Beautiful job. Opening up to a beautiful star. Feeling those 5 lines of energy. Everything's coming from the solar plexus. First 2 lines are going down the legs, feeling the feet pressing into the earth. Second, third, and fourth line of energy going out both arms and fingertips. And that 5th line of energy goes straight up and out the crown. So feeling those 5 simultaneous lines of energy, 5 pointed star. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And on the exhale, releasing the hands down to the hips. Let's bring the heels in. We're going to adjust the foundation just a little bit. Feet are going out. We're going to bend those knees. We're going to move into a goddess squat. So the knees are going right over the feet. Find your squat, maybe real low, maybe real high. Once you find your squat, bring the arms up. Palms can be facing out or in towards yourself. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And inhaling up, bringing the hands back to the hips. Let's tilt that pelvis forward a little bit. We're going to begin to hinge at the hips, hinging forward into a wide leg forward fold. And bringing the hands down to either a block or the mat, relaxing the head, and just taking a couple breaths here. You can grab the elbows, grab the backs, the calves, and bring the body in a little closer. And then moving side to side. Coming back to center. Bringing the hands back to the hips. Let's lift the head first. If you can see me and the heart, let that head guide you up. That head's heavy. Let's not let that lower back lift it up and lift it up with the neck muscles. And we'll go to the other side. So we're going to take that left foot 90 degrees. My back foot is my right. It's 35 to 40. And bending. We've got our foundation set. We're going to bend that front knee over the ankle. Pelvis is facing me. We're in Virabhadrasana 2. Arms are out, gazing out over the front fingertips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Next inhale, back arm to the back leg, front arm reaching up. And breathe in our reverse warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up. And exhale, moving into our side angle, very gentle. Resting that left arm on the thigh. Right arm is coming up alongside the body. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips. Exhale, straightening that front leg. Bringing that left arm down to the earth or a block. Can extend, relax it right along the leg. You may add a balance. You can gaze up towards the fingertips or keep the head in alignment with the spine, engaging the bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching up into the fingertips. Exhaling, we're going to move into Viparita Trikonasana. So back foot comes 90 degrees. Bringing that right hand onto the earth or a block. Revolving, turning away from me as you reach the left arm up towards the sky. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. Back thighs engaged. Inhaling, reaching into the fingertips. Exhaling, bringing that hand down to the mat. Bringing a hand on either side of the front foot. And moving into pyramid, relaxing onto that front leg. Next inhale, bending that front knee so it goes over the ankle. Back foot can come back 35 to 45 degrees. We're going to come up to the thigh as we move into warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Coming all the way up, let's square those hips. Back thighs engaged. Arms come up, shoulders relax down. Engage the bandhas and bring in the prana and life force with the breath. Last breath, inhaling into the fingertips. And on the exhale, relaxing the shoulders down. Next inhale, taking a step back, the back foot, and hinging over into our warrior 3. One more breath. And coming back down. Nice little balance, couple balances. Coming forward, we're going to do one more balance. We're going to do a Trikonasana, tree pose. So let's bring all the weight and all our energy into this right standing leg. Very little weight on the left. And we're going to open that hip. So we're going to open up and rotate that hip so it's nice and open, and we can rest the heel of the left heel onto the right leg. And this could be your tree. You can bring your arms up, or you can bring that foot up a little further. We don't want to go on the knee directly. You can bring it up to the inner thigh, or even lotus. Find your pose, find your dristi, engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And on the exhale, releasing down. Move on to the other side, bringing all the energy and all the weight into the left standing leg. Bring very little weight on this right. We're going to rotate and open up this right hip. Rest the heel on. Bring your branches up. Find if you want to challenge yourself some more. Coming up a little higher or even into lotus. Find your dristi and breathe. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. We're going to clasp the hands behind us. We're going to move into a nice little standing yoga mudra. Opening up the heart, bringing those shoulder blades together as much as possible. If you can't bring the hands together, you can use a strap. 2. Just using a strap. Listen to your body and your body type. We're all made perfect, but fortunately, we're all different. And then hinging forward, lifting the arms up if we can, dropping the head down, and engage those bandhas, taking a few breaths as you honor your heart, the highest organ in the body. And on your next exhale, releasing the hands, bringing the hands down to the earth, and we're going to be up on our knees. So we move into a camel ustrasana. Knees are hip width apart. We're going to try to keep these hips over the knees as we move deeper into the camel. Bringing that pelvis to neutral. I might tuck it under just a little to make sure this is neutral, and the lumbar spine is in a proper alignment. Bringing the hands to the small of the back, opening up the heart. Feel the heart lift up as you move into a gentle back bend. This might be your full camel. If you want to come down to the knees or bring the feet, come up to the feet, bring up those heels a little higher, bring up the earth higher, and then moving those hips so they're back over the knees. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Keep the head in alignment with the spine. Don't drop the head. One more nice deep breath. On the next inhale, coming up. And let's move into a child's pose. You can open those knees and we'll take a few breaths. Take a little relaxing break here. Dive inward into your Atman, that inner presence. Next inhale, coming up. Let's bring those feet out in front of us. Move into a forward fold, a double leg forward fold. Inhaling as we lengthen the spine, reaching the head and the heart up, and begin to hinge forward. You can bring your hands down to the earth. We're going to keep the spine straight for a minute. Find your hinge. And those hips say, that's pretty good, that's enough. And take a nice deep breath here, holding that edge, feeling that tension. And then as you exhale, see if you can hinge just a little bit deeper, a micro movement deeper, and then round the spine. You bring the hands to the feet, or the ankles, lower legs, and breathe and rest in this nice deep forward fold. Flex and extend those feet for some different sensations. On the next inhale, coming up, hinging up. And we're going to scoot onto our backs. We can scoot forward and move into some spinal rocks, or you can just move down onto your back, making sure you have plenty of cushion for the spinal rocks. And laying down on the back, let's bring the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Release and relax that lower back. And let's bring the feet down onto the earth. We're going to move into our supine pigeon or four square pose. I'm going to rest my right ankle just above my left knee, lifting that left foot up, clasping the hands behind the left hamstring, and gently pulling that leg into the body, feeling that nice hip opening on the right side. Engaging the bandhas, and let's bring in the prana. And one more breath. And releasing on the exhale. And we move to the other side. So we're going to rest that left ankle on the right, just above the right knee. Lift that right foot up. Clasp the hands behind the right hamstring. And gently pulling that leg in towards the body. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. And on the next exhale, releasing that leg down. Beautiful job. And let's bring those legs up. Flex and extend the feet. That nice inversion, that vacation on the veins. Maybe even shake the legs and the arms, being dead bug. It's not very dead because they're very active, very alive bug. Bug, just bug. And then come to a stop. And we'll move into half shoulder stand. So as you inhale, we're going to lift those hips, bring the hands to the lumbar, small at the back, and legs are up. See if you can have the feet right above the head. You can gaze up towards those toes and breathe. You can begin to hinge over in plow, and you can, I like to keep those legs parallel to the earth. If it's easy for you to bring the toes down the earth, you can do that. I think that when they're parallel, it protects that lower back the best. And a couple more breaths here. And bringing those knees, curling those knees in, making yourself like a little ball. And then if you can bring the hands down to the earth, gently rolling down, coming so you're flat on your back. We're going to move into Fish Matsyasana. And we're going to have the hands palms down onto the earth and bringing a hand, both hands under the buttocks, bringing those arms snug into the body, the elbows snug into the body, pressing into those elbows as you lift the chest and the head off the earth, and then gently coming down. You're resting on your head. And engage those bandhas, and let's bring in the breath and the life force. One more breath. Next inhale, pressing into those elbows, lifting up, straightening the body and coming all the way down. Releasing those hands from under the buttocks, and let's bring the knees into the chest. Every back bend, it's nice to have a counter pose of a forward fold, a flexion of the spine. And we're going to move into knee down twist. So I'm going to straighten my left leg. My right knee is up. I'm going to come onto that left side just an inch. I'm going to bring the right knee over to the left. Left hand is guiding the right knee over. Right arm is extending out 90 degrees. I'm going to turn my head to gaze out over the right fingertips. And breathe. One more breath, basking in sensation. Next inhale, coming back to center. We're going to switch legs. Right leg is straight out. Left leg is bent, coming onto that right side just an inch. Bending that left knee, bringing the left knee over. Using the right hand to guide the left knee over. And extending the left arm out. Gazing out over the left fingertips. And engage those bandhas and breathe, basking in sensation. One more breath here. And coming back on our back. And let's bring those knees up. Release and relax that lower back. Let's bring those feet together, pulling those feet in towards the body, feeling that opening of the hip in our Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. And opening up those legs, knees are nice and wide. Hands are wrapped around the outer edges of the feet. And let's pull down on those feet, feeling a nice hip opener on both sides. Gauge the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And then just moving into our happy baby, Ananda Balasana, kicking the feet around, rolling around, doing what feels really good in our body and these legs. Babies discover their legs and move into happy baby. Rediscover your legs and all the sensations in your legs. And releasing down, and we're going to move into our releases. So the knees are up. We're going to move into our hula first. So everything's flat on the earth. And we're going to simply swivel the hips. We use that sacrum as a center. And you're going to feel one hip coming up towards the armpit as the opposite hip reaches down towards the heel. And then swiveling it. Opposite hip moves up towards the opposite armpit, and the other drops down towards, reaching down towards the heel. And continuing to swivel those hips, noticing the sensation in the lumbar, lower back, keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to center, we're going to move into hip pointers. So one hip's going to be rooted and butt cheek is rooted into the earth. The other hip is going to lift up off and point that hip diagonally towards the heavens and releasing down, rooting that hip into the earth as you point the opposite hip up. One butt cheek at a time lifts up as you point the hip. Moving into hip pointers, that little gentle twist, and breathe. And coming back to center. We're going to move into cat-cow in a supine position on our backs. So let's move into cat as you feel the small of the back press into the earth, tailbone tucks under. And then moving into your cow, you're going to feel the pelvis tilt forward as that lumbar spine arches up off the earth. Back may still be on the earth, but the spine is arched up into extension. So moving back and forth, inflection and extension, keeping the breath flowing. Coming back to center. Keeping the knees up, we're going to walk the feet further and further apart till they reach the wide edges of the mat. We'll move into single knee drop as we drop one knee at a time down into the center. Keeping the breath flowing. And one more time on either side. Coming back to center, both knees up, walking those feet all the way together till they touch, and dropping both knees over to one side, moving into double knee drop. You can either do windshield wipe or lift the top knee up. Bring it all the way to the other side, legs nice and wide open, and then bringing the bottom one over to meet. So they're both stacked on the other side, and then lifting the top, coming over, bottom one begins to join, and continuing on your own pace, double knee drop. And breathe. One more time on either side. And coming back to center, both knees up, and let's bring them into the chest, hugging those knees, and let's rock back and forth. Final release and relaxation of the lower back, and moving into your Savasana pose, resting on your back. Spread the legs a little, feet flopping out. Can spread the arms out away from the body, palms up, and allowing the entire body to simply let go. Release all tension. Release any kind of holding of tension in any muscle. Inviting the body to get heavier, sink deeper into the earth. Releasing, relaxing the entire body. Relaxing every bone, every muscle, every organ, including the brain. The entire body, 360 degrees, relaxed. We will relax into silence as we integrate this practice on all levels of our being, mind, body, and spirit. And I will bring you back. In a nice deep breath into the belly. So you gently come back, Savasana. The opportunity to stay in Savasana, I invite you to stay. Not come out with us, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretching out the arms and legs. And when you're ready, rolling over to one side or the other. Then pushing yourself up to a seated position. And we're going to do a 10-minute meditation with our focus on an object. So find an object in front of you you can gaze at and you can keep your focus on. And acknowledging that earth underneath you. Breathing into the lower belly. Keeping that focus. All your concentration on the image in front of you. If thoughts come in and distract you, just bring the mind gently and kindly back to this image that you're focusing all your attention on. All your attention on the image before you, that anchor. all your concentrated attention on that image. If the attention wanders a little, just bring it back to the image. All the attention. Full concentration on that object or image that you've chosen to concentrate all your attention. One more minute. And gently and kindly coming back. Taking this moment to check in with the body, the inner sensations, the emotions. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And releasing that intention with a this or better. Excuse me, we'll conclude our practice with a namaste prayer. So closer to you. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this full practice. I'm Grace. Please check out ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.